goes, and here are the starting lineups. First for the Wizards, Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. And in at center, former NCAA champion of UConn. And here's Silk. Outside for Harrington. Pass to Silk. 1:52 left in the first quarter. Soft touch off the glass. Everett makes the bucket. An important momentous occasion for this young guy, getting his first points in an NBA uniform. Wizards making a switch here.
Well, it was an ugly start to the season for the Wizards. Tried to revamp by trading for a host of veterans, but out of the gate, times were tough as they lost their first 12. Eventually got things turned around and were more dangerous when John Wall got healthy.
And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
As we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 13th in rebounding, 14th in field goal percentage. And for blocks, interior defense, not a strong point for them. Just top 20 in the league.
Now Smith, who's checked in for Detroit. The difference for the Wizards after Wall came back, as you said, Clark, was just day and night. They were so much more energized and seemed to relish the role of playing the spoiler for a lot of teams, Steve, down the stretch.
Yeah, they looked like a playoff team by the end of the year, and that's the challenge this season as we watch this club play it out. I mean, can they stay healthy? Can they continue that hot run that they had at the end of last year? And can that carry over into this one?
The Pistons have gone now 5 seasons, guys, without posting a winning record, and they're on their 4th coach in that time. They're musical chairs on the bench. Hopefully, they'll be able to find some stability there and some improvement on the court.
Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for Washington. Phillips, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And the Pistons' long rebuild has hurt attendance. There's no doubt about that. It's dropped over 20% over the last decade, down around 67% last season. Steve, last in the NBA.
Well, of course, this city has also been hit hard by the economy, Kevin, and that has played a role. But no question, the Pistons' struggles have led to the attendance dropping. Hopefully, this team, with the good young talent they put together, can get things turned around and get these fans back.
And Silk gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
Pistons trailed by 13. Outside, Billups. Now the pass to Stuckey. Billups. Billups off the pick from Smith. Nice job coming off that screen. Billups has got 5 now.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
You know, never easy to come back from a torn Achilles, but Chauncey Billups did a pretty nice job of doing so last year after the Achilles shelved him for most of the 2011-12 season.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, John Wall may be the fastest player in the league, but it's been his outside shot that's held him back from becoming a superstar. He said in his younger days he never needed to shoot from outside, and added that if he did, he shot it, quote, like I was a lights-out shooter, fade away, no follow-through. In other words, he made the shot more difficult than it had to be. Now, he says, the main thing for me is using my speed and shooting on the way up. Guys, he's put a lot of work into his shot, and we're starting to see the results.
Well, as his shooting comes along, that's a great way for him to really find his niche, Doris. Thanks. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Porter. And going back to Chauncey, only played 22 games last year, but it was amazing. He was able to come back at all.
And Kevin, it helped that he was on a team where he almost never had to be the primary ball handler. That would have put a lot more pressure on that Achilles. But even though he moved okay, his numbers were down, and you have to wonder how many more years he has left.
Pistons trailed by 14. Feeds it to Bynum. Back to Billups. Fires the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Bynum. That's now 8 points for Chauncey Billups. Here's Silk. Launches it. And the first half is now in the books. Wizards lead by 11. It's the
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's the first game of the NBA season, but on
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
and as we Wall passes to Silk. And stolen by Billups. Pass to Jennings. Out to Smith. All alone. Gets it to go. Smith's got 16 points. Wizards leading by 8. Pass to Silk. Shoots the 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Jennings kicks to Monroe. Okafor against Jennings. There's the dish to Billups. Just 5 on the clock. The tray. The shot is off. Nice D from Silk.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at.
It's not true. The defenders shouldn't relax just because he missed that one. He's capable of getting hot in a hurry.
One of the problems for the Pistons last season was they always seemed to come out after halftime flat. Just couldn't sustain the kind of intensity and focus needed to win consistently. That was a big part of why they had such a tough year.
Bradley Beal's checked in for the Wizards. And Chauncey Billups the bucket on the assist by Stuckey. And that's now 10 points for Chauncey Billups.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Here's Silk. He's guarded by Stuckey. Here's Everett. Shot is no good. Good work defensively by Stuckey. Now going back to the Pistons, the third quarter for them was by far their worst scoring quarter. Several points lower than any other quarter they played in, and with the sample size you get over the course of a season, that is no accident.
Well, you know, what you think about now with a team like this is that if it's young, maybe they're not used to the tweaks and the adjustments that other teams are making at them over the halftime break. So this is an area for improvement for this Detroit team.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Nene with the screen on Stuckey. Monroe on the double team. Silk passes to Nene. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, Nene had always been up in the mid-50s when it came to field goal percentage, but last season that just didn't happen. He still put up the same amount of...
Wizards leading by 13. Wall passes to Silk. From deep three-point range, Detroit with the rebound. And going back to Nene last season, the second worst field goal percentage of his career.
Fortunately, he did improve in other areas. Best season ever in terms of assists and free throw shooting. You know, if you're not a big, strong guard in the NBA, it can be tough going in the paint. But for Brandon Jennings, you know, he's got that floater in the lane. That's what's allowed him, despite his slight frame, to be able to score in the paint.
And you know, going back to Jennings, so fast, incredibly explosive. He can really clark it into the... Wizards have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Ariza passes to Silk. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Wizards lead by 4.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Now they're feeling confident, and they're in a good flow offensively, so why not just keep firing from out there?
Here's Stuckey. Good D by Ariza.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Chance now to check out the Washington Wizards' upcoming schedule. They host the 76ers after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here is Jennings. Beyond the arc. Nene pulls it in. Nene's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Everett. Again, the Wizards score. Now Billups. He passes it to Caldwell Pope. Puts up a three. There's the bucket. Good.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Now Okafor inside, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist. No challenge from the defense there, Clark. Could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner, going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible. Finish.
Outside Jennings. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. It's back to Jennings. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Now here's Beal, defended by Caldwell Pope. Leaves the dishes to Okafor, and stolen by Jennings. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Stuckey. Oh, and he can't cap off the break. Washington leading now by 5. We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter. Everett and the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you have to just take what's there, and as long as you're moving the ball and getting good shots, that's all that matters.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Smith in for Brandon Jennings. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, head coach of the Pistons had some words for his team over the break. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
All right, Doris, thanks. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Ariza covered by Smith. Ariza against Smith. Here's Everett. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Pistons trailed by 7.
And the clock is their worst enemy right now.
Yeah, they've got to work very quickly here, Steve.
And Drummond kicks to Billups. Stuckey outside. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
.59 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Silk, who's guarded by Billups. The Pistons have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Stuckey outside. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So it gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Phillips with the ball. Here's Monroe. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Here's Beal. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good.
Urgent possession here, Clark. They need a basket.
No doubt about it, Steve. They need quick, efficient scoring.
Here's Silk, and now they decide to foul intentionally.